So the anti-Jewish policy in Nazi Germany was radicalized, in fact, from the Anschluss onwards, so from the annexation of Austria by the Nazis in March 1938. By that time, the violence against Jews is much more intense. They are literally forced, dumped in other countries. So first of all, they're stripped of their belongings, and then they're sent out. They're dumped within the neighboring countries. The neighboring countries, Switzerland, France, Belgium, the Netherlands, and Scandinavia too, they of course were not very positive about this impingement on their territory by the Nazis. And they put pressure on Nazi Germany not to dump people anymore on their territory. But still people are coming, and they're assisted by the German border guards. People come without a passport, without a visa, if they needed a visa, like for France and Belgium they needed a visa. So the border guards at the Belgian, at the French border, they look in the passport, say no visa, no, you can't get in. But still people cross the green border, hundreds of thousands of people cross the green border. And in other countries, like the Netherlands, like Switzerland, like Denmark, Luxembourg, they didn't need a visa. German nationals could just go to this country with their national passport. So they didn't have to apply for a prior approval. This made it very difficult for the border guards to stop these people from coming in. So the Swiss are thinking, and the Swedes too, are thinking about introducing a visa obligation for German nationals. The Nazi authorities are not very keen to see that happen, because that would restrain the mobility of the Aryan Germans too. So there's a whole discussion between Germany and Switzerland on the other hand, but also between Germany and Sweden. And the Germans say, yeah, we will provide you with a way to select Aryan and non-Aryan German nationals. Namely, we put a G on the passport of German nationals if they're Jewish, if they're considered according to our race laws, if they're Jewish. So it's on the instigation of the Swiss and the Swedish that Nazi Germany introduced in its passport policy a racial dimension. So then it became, once the G was being introduced, it was much more easy for Swedish and also Swiss border guards to select bona fide German nationals who just came for a visit, and those German nationals who probably wouldn't go back, who came probably to stay. So from the summer of '38 onwards, you see a much more selective policy also in Switzerland and Sweden, Denmark, but also the Netherlands, Luxembourg. You see much more selective policy against Jewish refugees. So selecting at the border those who would stay, who came to stay, and those who came just probably for a visit. The increasing inflow of largely uninvited, illegally immigrated Jewish refugees created problems for the countries who accepted them. And they start to deport them. But what they also do is they start to put pressure on the Nazi authorities to stop dumping, to stop sending them into their country.